Okay, girls, let's do our topic of equations by inspection. So if you go into your notes, page 5, just going to show you very quickly. So I'm on page 5 of your booklet on your notes. So equations. Equations, we already know what an equation is. So let's just remember that an equation, we have a term that is equal, to another term. Can be terms or can be one term. It can be term or terms. That's, I'm going to write like this. Plus, sorry, mistake. Is an expression that is equal to another expression. Better. So I have an expression that is equal, and that's the important part, that it has that equal sign that is equal to another expression. That's an equation. Okay, how do we solve those equations? So those equations usually is solve for x, find what is the value of x or y or a or b or c, whatever the polynomial is. How do we solve them? So we can solve them by inspection, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Inspection. And you can work this quickly in your head, and you have been working this for years in primary, so you'll see that what I mean by that. You can also work them by backtracking or use flowchart. We are not going to do this in this class because this is like a intermediate step to go into this one, that this one is the important one, inverse or opposite operations. That's how you're going to be solving equations from now on. So this is the important one, but we're not going to focus on this one because that's matter for another topic. So this, I'm not going to go into these ones now. We're just going to focus on these ones. Inspection, the ones that you can work out very quickly. So before doing this example, I want to do an example here. So we're going to do some examples of how to solve equations by inspection. These equations by inspections are also called one-step equations, and we're going to see why. So let's do the first one. So if I have x, let's do it, work them with x. X plus 1 is equal to 7. Great. So if I ask what is that? So a number, before going into this, before like this expression that I have here, and I said that you have been working this since you were in primary school, is because you might have had something like a number plus 1 is equal to 7. So you didn't use pronumerals. You just use boxes or stars or hearts or circles or triangles or whatever, because they were saying this represents a number in the same way that a pronumeral represents a number. And you might have said, okay, yes, I know that if I have a number and I add 1 and it's equal to 7, this number has to be 6. Agree? So this is what you used to do. So now we're using pronumerals, and that's what we're using here in algebra. So I'm going to rub this out. So if you say, okay, in the same way that we just did, a number plus 1 is going to be equal to 7. So what is that number? So x has to be equal to 6. Okay? Now, this is what is called solving equations by inspection. You just work it out in your head. You're not doing any process, okay? Let's do another example here. So now I'm going to have x take away 2 is equal to 9. So a number, when I take away 2, is equal to 9. What is that number? So x is equal to 11. Great. Let's do another one. So 3x is equal to 9. No, to 12. Okay, so 3 times, remember that this means that there is a times here, some times in here. 3 times a number is equal to 12. What is that number? So that number is 4. Great. And let's do one last example here. So D. Now 15, oh no, sorry. X divided by 5 is equal to 10. So what number is that number that I'm divided by 5 and is equal to 10? So you're saying 50. Because when I do 50 divided by 5, I get 10. Wonderful. So this is all you are going to be required to do when you're solving equations by inspection, is that you see them very clear and you can identify what the value of X is. But preparing for the next, I'll continue this in the next video.